So we've got an update on the Ahmaud Arbery murder, and essentially we've found out that this person here, William Rhodey Bryan Jr., was arrested as well. And so he claims that he wasn't involved; he was just recording spectator. But based on what these two articles from CNN say, he was very much involved. The only thing he didn't look like he did was pull the trigger, in all honesty. So, William Rhodey Bryan Jr., the man who recorded the fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbery in a neighborhood outside Brunswick, Georgia, has been arrested on charges including felony murder. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said on Thursday. So this article is from a few weeks ago. I think Bryan witnessed the deadly encounter between Travis McMichael and Arbery on February the 23rd. From a vehicle behind a pickup truck that stopped in the road. George McMichael, who was in the bed of a pickup truck during the shooting, told police that Bryan had helped them to stop Arbery earlier, according to the incident report. So one of the killers, which one was that one? Gregory said that this guy Bryan was actually involved as well, despite his attorney saying that he was only a spectator. Of course, his attorney's going to say these things to protect his client, but we can say that he's a patented liar. So Kevin Godd, the attorney for Bryan, who could not be reached, has said his client committed no crime. He was no vigilante and would be the state's star witness. I don't think they need him as a witness purely because they have the video footage. He told CNN last week that Bryan was working in his yard when he saw a person he did not know being chased by a vehicle he recognized from the neighborhood. Bryan told CNN's Chris Cuomo on May 11th that he said prayers for the Arbery family every night, probably saying prayers to hope he doesn't get a jail sentence, to be fair. He said in the video, I hope it brings an end, brings justice to the family and peace to the family. You getting put in pen might do it, mate, to be honest. The lawyers representing the Arbery family said they're relieved. We called for his arrest from the very beginning of this process. His involvement in the murder of Mr. Arbery was very obvious to us and many around the country. And after their thorough investigation, it is clear to the GBI as well. They thank the GBI for their diligence. I can say Wanda Cooper and Marcus Arbery were very very relieved to see the final arrest take place. Not only have been waiting since the McMichaels were arrested, they're waiting for 3 months for all these men to be brought into custody. Merritt told CNN's Don Lemon on Thursday, and we can see that all three of them have been booked into the same prison so they can enjoy shooting hoops in prison or whatever prisoners do these days. So here, the video captured was recorded on Bryan's cell phone, so we're lucky we actually have that video footage, in all honesty, purely because this case would be much harder to deal with if the video footage wasn't there. So the 36-second video was not released until more than 10 weeks after the killing spurred calls for the McMichaels' arrest. So had this footage not come out, I don't think these guys would have been arrested, in all honesty. They would have said, look, he's a criminal, and we tried to wait for his arrest, he tried to fight us, we had to shoot him because we feared for our lives. Standard defense there for white guys when they get into any interaction with black guys. We feared for our lives, this guy's dangerous, he's a thug, he's committed robberies. And you can see here that surveillance video show multiple people had trespassed at the house that Ahmaud Arbery visited. He was the only one killed, so there were multiple people trespassing in this place, and no one was prosecuted because obviously the person who owns the building site is not that fussed by the looks of things. As long as they don't take anything. So we can see here that Ahmaud Arbery was hit with a truck before he killed. So these guys, not only did they chase him down, they hit him with a truck. So here we see William Bryan told investigators he heard Travis McMichael use a racial epithet after fatally shooting Ahmaud Arbery in Glynn County, a Georgia borough said. So if we can see here, there it is there. He said expletive N-word about after he killed Ahmaud Arbery, and that he said that there were numerous times on social media via messaging services that McMichaels used the same slur, once meeting someone that he said he loved his job because there weren't any N-words here anymore. So you can see this guy is deeply racist, hates black people, and his defense of, I thought he had committed a crime because he looked like someone who had committed robberies in the area, just absolutely falls flat on his face. And that he saw a black guy running, thought, he must be running, he must have robbed something, let's go track him down, and they killed him. Essentially, it's a lynching. And so, as Gregory and as Travis and Gregory McMichael attempted to head him off, Arbery turned and ran past the truck of Bryan, who was recording recording the killing. Brian struck Arbery with the side of his truck. Daiwa said so. We can see that Brian was definitely involved in this one. He helped to trap Ahmaud Arbery, essentially. He might not have known he was going to be killed, but that doesn't matter at that point, purely because he aided and abetted murder. And so we can see that Arbery wasn't violent. He actually did try to escape. Through Brian's attorney has contested allegations his client took part in the killing. We know that's not true. Dial said Brian yelled to the McMichaels, "Did you got him?" When he was chasing the 25-year-old jogger. The McMichaels and Brian have not entered pleas, but the lawyers have said all three men have proclaimed their innocence. I'm not even surprised. After yelling to the McMichaels, Brian joined the chase, at which none of the three had called 911. So we can see that, look, this guy Brian was deeply involved, and the homeowner didn't testify about the trespassing. They proclaim innocence. States are going to face protesting. Hopefully, it doesn't get violent or anything like that. And so yeah, I think that'll wrap this up. We've got an update to the story. It's a good update, in all honesty. That this guy who actually helped trap Ahmaud Arbery. Without him, Ahmaud Arbery might have escaped. He might still be alive. And so yeah, screw you, man. William Rhodey Bryant Jr. You ain't getting off on this one. Hopefully all three of you idiots are punished. And yeah, because it can't stand. Honestly, these people, they see someone out jogging, they're like, oh, he must have committed a crime. Best go stop him, and they lynched him. He committed no crime. He was just a guy jogging. The worst thing you can say that he did was trespassing, which isn't that big a crime in America, and especially since other people had done it as well. So they wouldn't have been able to do anything. It's up to the homeowner as well if they want to press charges on trespassing. So this is just a joke. To be honest, the excuses these guys have come up with. And so look, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.